Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Sumo fans. I'm Vinny and this is Sumo Files. And today I'm going to talk about Day 5 of the Basho. So without further ado, let's dive into the highlights. The day opens with Fujinokawa defeating Midorifuji by yorikiri. In a clash of idol versus fan, the Issei-no-Umi Rikishi wasted no time, slipping into a Morozashi and marching his opponent out. After dropping his first 3 matches, Fujinokawa has now collected back-to-back wins and looks to be finding his footing again. Midorifuji, meanwhile, also sits at 2-3, but has been anything but consistent. Soon after, Ura outmaneuvered Kusano with a well-timed Hikiotoshi. The initial clash was even, as both men collided headfirst. But Ura quickly gained the edge by lowering his stance and mixing pushes with attempts at Tamawashi. Kusano seemed caught off guard by the constant positional shifts, and then, in an instant, Ura leapt backward, dragging his opponent's arm to break his balance and topple him. That left Ura with 4 victories, while Kusano's early momentum has halted and remains stuck on 2 wins. Following that, Wakamotoharu overcame Onokatsu by yorikiri. The start was surprisingly slow, as right after the tachi, the match froze, something unusual for Wakamotoharu's style. But it happened because Onokatsu lowered his stance so deeply that neither could progress. For a while, the two stayed locked in, each trying to reach the other, and only Onokatsu managed to secure a grip on Tamawashi with a Hiradoumi. It was then that Wakamotoharu made his move. He broke the grip with his right hand while lifting his own posture, which opened the fight into a series of thrusts and tsupari. Eventually, Wakamotoharu found his chance, grabbed Tamawashi firmly, and forced his opponent out. That put him at 4-1 with an excellent campaign, while Onokatsu, still positive at 3-2, should not let this loss shake his momentum. After that, Hiradoumi dispatched Hakuoho by Tsukidashi. The Isegahama youngster nearly forced his opponent out right at the tachi, but Hiradoumi absorbed the pressure and struck back. When Hakuoho's attempt at Hataki Komi fell flat, he was left exposed and shoved cleanly from the dohyo. That brought Hiradoumi up to 4 victories, while Hakuoho drops to 2-3. Still, considering he has already faced 4 Sanyaku opponents, his outlook for the middle portion of the tournament remains promising. Next, Tamawashi asserted his trademark Oshizumo against Takayasu, winning by Yoshidashi. From the very first move he targeted the neck, unleashing a steady string of tsupari that Takayasu simply couldn't withstand. Blow after blow landed to the face, neck and chest until the veteran Kataonami man forced him out. Tamawashi now sits on 2 wins, and it is worth noting that all his bouts so far have been against Sanyaku. Takayasu, on the other hand, remains winless in a frustrating start. The day's biggest upset came when Aonishiki outwitted Kirishima by Yokuridashi. After a fierce tsupari exchange at the tachi, the Ajigawa man realized he was losing ground and closed the distance, locking the fight. Both secured Hidari Yotsu grips, and Aonishiki tries to press forward, but nearly pays the price as Kirishima countered strongly. Resetting at the center, the Sekiwake then brought his right hand inside for a Maemitsu, but in that instant, Aonishiki pivoted, slipped behind him, and shoved him out from the rear. It was a technical and tactical duel, with Aonishiki snapping Kirishima's unbeaten streak to claim his 3rd win. Interestingly, this marks the 2nd straight tournament in which Kirishima's first loss has come on Day 5. In contrast, Wakata Kakage handled Abi by Yoshidashi. The Arashio Sekiwake resisted an early Hataki Komi attempt and pressed forward, only to face a 2nd one moments later. Though Abi's timing was better, it was already too late, as Wakata Kakage had built up enough momentum to finish the job. That gave him his first positive record of the tournament, while Abi still sits at the bottom, winless, though his schedule has been stacked with Sanyaku opponents. Kotozakura then bested Gonoyama by Yoshidashi after a tense and scrappy battle. At first, the Ozeki angled for a belt grip, but both attempts were swatted away by sharp tsupari. Forced to adapt, he joined the pushing contest and nearly lost when his own forward drive left him off balance. Surviving by the narrowest margin, he managed to turn the tables and push Gonoyama out. With that, Kotozakura reaches 4 wins in 5 days, something he hadn't achieved since his Yusho run in November 2024. Gonoyama, however, remains stuck without a victory. Later, Yokozuna Hoshoryu imposed his will on Atamifuji, winning by yorikiri. There was little doubt from the start, as he broke the big man's charge with a firm strike to the neck, secured a Hidariotsu, and marched him straight out. With Kirishima's loss earlier, Hoshoryu now stands alone as the tournament leader, the sole undefeated Rikishi. Atamifuji, in contrast, has dropped 4 straight after his day 1 win. And finally, Onosato bounced back by toppling Yoho with Tsuki Otoshi. The Otake man tries to overwhelm him with Tsupari aimed at the neck, but the Yokozuna held firm, absorbed the blows, and swiftly took control. With a sharp move, he dropped Yoho and reminded everyone of his ability to recover quickly after setbacks. Onosato now steadies himself at 4-1, while Yoho falls to 2-3 but will look to regroup as the tournament wears on. But anyway, that's all for today. So if you enjoyed this coverage, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you don't miss any future content. That's it guys, until next time.